Hello, this is JD from JDGamingPR. Yes, I am back. And welcome to my YouTube channel update, and at the same time, an update on the recovery of Puerto Rico from Hurricane Maria. Yes, still we're gonna talk about Maria. I'm going to try to do this video as short as possible because I kind of have a lot of stuff to talk about, and it's actually late, and I'm not supposed to be doing this video this late. And I didn't want to do it on my cell phone or tablet, even though that it was an option. Let's start with the YouTube channel update. Welcome to the YouTube channel update. Sorry, I'm kind of not like in the mood because I'm wearing a black shirt. I don't have black pants, so it's just that I was in a funeral. I just assisted a funeral today. It was the brother of my uncle. He passed away recently. He had like I don't know how to call it. It's the same thing that my brother had. If you saw a couple of months, maybe a year ago, one of my YouTube channel updates, I talked about my brother. They had we call it, of course, in Spanish, it's called derrame cerebral. It's when a stroke. Yeah, a stroke. So he had a small stroke. He survived it, and then I've been told that he wanted to go to the bathroom. When he was asking for help and they were lifting him, he just ran out of breath and died. Sadly, he was a really good man. I learned a lot from him. I mean, I didn't talk to him that much, but the brief moments that I talked to him, it was pure joy. I never seen a man to smile so much. Every time I see him, he was smiling. I mean, he was a really happy guy. And from what I heard in the funeral, he had quite a full life, you know. It was, yeah. But anyways, I just got out of a funeral, and I was working all day, so that's why the black shirt. Oh, and I bought a share. Wait. Actually, this is the first time using the chair because this chair was for my drum kit for Rock Band, and I haven't played Rock Band. I've been that busy. Yeah. Okay. So I want the YouTube channel update. I want to talk about a couple of things. I have a lot of games. I decided not to. Sorry about this shirt. It's just that I'm kind of fat. And by the way, now I have short hair and a goatee. Do I look good? Do you like my hair? Sabroso. Do you like my goatee? Delicioso. Do you like my fatness? Impressive. Wait, what the fuck? I really don't know why I do that. Anyways, yeah, like I was saying, I have a lot of games, but I don't have the time, and I've been thinking about stop doing walkthroughs about games. I think I'm gonna stop doing the happy fun times because I made a test run with Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and it's not getting any views. So I think I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm just going to do, what I'm gonna do is do only a first video, the first minutes of the game, kind of like a small review from the first minutes of the game, of course. If it is demo or if it's a game. If it is a demo and I haven't finished it, of course, I'm going to do like 2 or 3 videos in which I still have one more video left to show about Birthdays the Beginning, that weird game. But yeah, I'm planning about doing that, except with the games that I really love. For example, the Infamous games, the God of War games, the Destiny games. I haven't played Destiny 2 yet. But those games, I'm going to do like a playthrough, you know, of those games because I love those games. But for example, with Just Cause 3, I'm only going to do like the first minutes of the game, and then I'm going to try and show like a lot of random crazy stuff that I do while playing the game. I've been thinking about doing that. The Happy Fun Times thing is gonna be canceled. The funny clips montages, I still have some old clips, and I'm planning to use them. Once I ran out of those clips, I'm gonna be done doing those funny clips montages because it's not getting any views either. Another thing that I was going to stop doing, it's just that I don't have the time. I don't have the time to do it. And let's say the inspiration. I kind of lost inspiration about doing it. Well, I'm going to continue playing scary games. I'm still thinking about Emily Wants to Play because I am terrified about that game. I do have the Whistleblower of Outlast. I haven't bought the second one. And I did buy Layers of Fear. And I saw my girlfriend playing it, and it is scary, but it's not horrifying. But the way that I'm gonna play it, most probably is gonna be horrifying. So most probably I'm gonna do walkthroughs of the games that I like, and maybe scary games. Just scary games is for the jump scares for you to enjoy, because that's always fun, right? What else? I'm going to try not to buy new games because look what happened with Destiny with me. I bought Destiny for $90. It was the special edition, the deluxe edition, whatever, the most expensive one, I think. And I haven't played it. And they already selling it, the normal one for $10. $10, and I spent $90 and I haven't touched it yet. You see where I'm going with this? So I'm going to stop buying new games. I'm going to stop trying to stay on pace with today's games because there is impossible to stay, to keep playing and finishing all games when I have a job and I have things to do at home, So I'm just going to try and go to my own pace, go slow. I hope that you stay with me through this journey because it's just that I don't have the inspiration nor the time. Sadly. What else? I don't think I have anything else. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna finish Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I got bored. I'm sorry. I got bored of Call of Duty. In fact, I downloaded Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for free from the PlayStation Plus, and the disc game, I gave it away. I didn't sell it, I gave it away. But it's the same person that I promised that I was going to sell it to for $15 because she's a coworker, and of course it's not for her, it's for her son that he's like 8 and he really likes Call of Duty, especially the zombie mode. So I promised her that I was going to sell it to her, but since it was for free on the PlayStation Plus, and I always have PlayStation Plus, and she doesn't have PlayStation Plus all the time, it would seem kind of like unfair to sell it to somebody who knows what PlayStation Plus is. So to be fair, I gave it to her, for free. And, her son is thanking me like, oh, thank you. And she's always showing me what he does in the zombie mode. And it is quite fascinating for me. I mean, I reached like level 5, 6, maybe once, and he reaches level 30. She showed me monsters that I've never seen in that game. It's crazy, but I'm glad that he's enjoying it. So for the YouTube channel update, I think that's about it. With the games, that I'm not gonna try and keep up with the games, today's games, and gonna go a little bit slower because there's too many games that I haven't started. Most of them PlayStation Plus games, but by now they were free, but now you have to pay them. So I don't know where I'm going with this. So have patience with me, please. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I'm gonna talk about the YouTube Maria. The recovery of Maria. Okay, so this is an update of the recovery of Puerto Rico from Hurricane Maria. Why do I say Hurricane Maria? Because we're still trying to fix things. We're still trying to fix things. And I was going to do this video sooner, but today, right now, I'm recording this on July 11, if I'm not mistaken. July 11 is 11 p.m. right now. 11/11, make a wish. It's not gonna come true. The thing is that if today's the 11th, I think it was the 9th. I think it was the 9th or the 8th. There was some big heavy showers. There were some big heavy showers. It was a thunderstorm. But before that, I think it was Monday. It was Monday. And today is Wednesday. On Monday, it was supposed to arrive a new hurricane. First, it was a tropical storm. Then it transformed into a hurricane, a type category 2 hurricane. We were terrified. We were terrified because we haven't recovered yet. Almost a year later, we haven't recovered yet. I mean, I do have power. I do have water service. But there's people. You should see that. There's people who they live in a wooden house. They don't have a roof. They have a tarp. They still have a tarp. And it's been 10 months later. 10 months after Hurricane Maria. It is crazy. Almost 10 months, I think. I think it's like 9 months. I'm not even sure. Give or take. Maria was on September 20th. Make the math. Right now, I'm not thinking straight. So it's around 9 to 10 months after Maria, and those people, they're still living under a tarp. A tarp. The house still gets wet when it rains. We haven't had that much rain, but there was a category 2 hurricane coming, and I think the name was Beryl. It was Beryl, and thank God. I mean, the meteorologist said that it was going to dissipate or get destroyed by some sands of Sahara desert or something like that, and some winds. So it did. It got destroyed, but it turned into a thunderstorm, and there was a lot of rain coming. So it was Monday. I finished my shift at 6. I was planning to do a video, but I got busy eating and doing some other stuff and washing clothes. Thank God I washed the clothes because around 10, it's starting like raining, kind of heavy, thunders. I was playing Warframe. I had to stop playing Warframe because of the thunder, of course. And around 11, I think it was, my girlfriend comes to me and she says, there's this river just got out of it got flooded. The water got out. And it was a couple of miles from where I live, and it's connected to the same river, creek, I don't know what to call it. The thing is that water passes under a bridge in where I live. So I got worried. I got up, I went out, I took a umbrella just to check it out from afar because there was thunder. It was a thunderstorm. So I was checking out, there was no flood, and I got calm. But then I got curious. I took a black poncho, I went to that bridge, check it out, and of course, the water was rising a little bit, but it was calm. I saw some lights that it looked like emergency lights. So I went to check it out. It was like around the block. Let's call it like that. It's a little bit different here in Puerto Rico. So I went walking with a poncho and a flashlight because there's still places in where it's kind of dark. Plus it was raining. So I went there. When I saw from afar, it was only a parked policeman. There's always a policeman in that area. It's in the I don't know what where the mayor is. The city hall, I think it's called. So there's always a squad car there. So I walked back. When I was walking back, I saw the bridge that it was starting. The water was starting to rise, and I got nervous. So I went back home. I told everything I saw. And my backyard gets flooded, so I went to the backyard, and I had to take my 3 dogs and move them to the front because it's not that they were going to drown. It's just that they were very upset, you know, like very walking around, and there was water everywhere. It was a little bit flooded. I released them, put them in the front, in a higher place, of course. And I said, I'm going to go back to the bridge because this looks weird. When I started walking towards the bridge, the flood started. It's not like a heavy flood that it was going to drag me down or anything, but the water was a little bit higher from my ankles from one part. Then when I started getting closer to the bridge, to a part of the street in where there's like a sewer, that it was already blocked. It was filled with water, of course. The water was up to my knees. I kept walking to the bridge. There was some debris, old debris of trees and stuff, and the water started to overflow. There's a neighbor next to that bridge, and I was talking to her, and she said, "Oh, don't worry about me. My husband has made this invention. It's kind of like a big metal plate in front of her gate, and it helps hold the water in, but just a little bit." So the thing is, I went back home. I got nervous because there was water and stuff, and I actually went back and forward from my house to the bridge, because last time that happened, some neighbors and we actually did something to unclog the bridge. But the thing is that I couldn't do anything, and the neighbors either. The only thing I did was move my trash can inside the gates of my house, and the trash can of the neighbor to inside the gate of his house, just in case they don't float away. But the water was rising to the entrance of my neighbor's house. It haven't touched my house yet, but I was still nervous. So I went back. I talked to her, and you know, we had like a notification of a warning that it was up to 12 a.m. and then they moved it to, I think it was 2 a.m. But around 12:30 a.m. the rain stopped and the water started to decrease second by second. And of course, it went down. And the next day they cleaned up, you know, all the mess and stuff. But yeah, we were really scared about that. But I'm still thinking about those people who are living still under a tarp. And there's a lot of people. There's another thing that I want to talk about, and it's about Hurricane Maria. Hold on a second. It's just that I need to cut the video. Hold on. All right. What I wanted to talk about Hurricane Maria is that when Hurricane Maria passed, I think it was the governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rosselló. He said in an interview, I don't know if it was when Donald Trump was visiting the island, that there were an estimate of 60-something deaths because of Hurricane Maria, if I'm not mistaken. It's just that to be honest, I didn't bother to do the research, but it was a really low number. It was below the hundreds. So I think it was about 60-something deaths that they counted when Maria passed. The thing is that they made a study. I don't know which university, but you should check it out. You should go and Google death toll Hurricane Maria, and you're going to have the results there. They said 60-something. I don't know which university made the research, but it was around 4,000, almost 5,000 deaths in Puerto Rico. And the governor said that it was only 60-something. Because I think he only counted the deaths that occurred while Hurricane Maria was going on, you know, when the winds were going on and the floods, you know, and I think he only counted those deaths, but he didn't count the deaths of old people that needed machinery, you know, that needed electricity power so they can run their machinery to keep them alive. He didn't count that. He didn't count the people that, if I'm not mistaken, that, well, I don't think that anybody died of hunger because we did have help. But I did hear that some people actually committed suicide because it was so bad here. But we did get help, you know, water and food supplies. But those people, especially old people, people from the hospitals, they died. People that needed the medicine that didn't get it, they died. People who needed their medicine to be refrigerated, they died. People that needed machinery, they died. So I just don't remember the name of the university, but you can search for it. I apologize for that. But it was around 5,000, almost 5,000 deaths that they counted in Puerto Rico thanks to Hurricane Maria. It was disastrous. It was disastrous. The other thing is that we started already the new hurricane season. Of course, I already talked about Hurricane Beryl, and we're still scared. We're still scared because not only the electricity, it's not even the electricity the problem. Remember that when that thing happened, at least me, counting myself here, where I work got destroyed. And while they were trying to recover, I only worked a couple of hours. I didn't have that much money. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in those times, it felt like an adventure. You know, it felt like I was living for a reason. That living had meaning. It wasn't the old routine. It was something else. It was like, all right, I'm not working. I need water. I need food. I need gas. I need to move. I need to do stuff. So that kind of like motivated me to get up early and do stuff like quick. After they recovered and we had, the work was getting better, then, we were going back to the old routine. But it was horrible. Even at work, it was horrible. I mean, I work at a butcher shop and we have to throw away a lot of meat. I've heard that people actually went and grabbed that meat that it was already spoiled because it was there was no power, and those meat got unfrozen, and it was filled with blood and stuff, and it's starting to smell, so they threw it away. People were grabbing those pieces of meat. Sounds kind of nasty. Well, it was nasty, but never mind. Sorry. The thing is that they were grabbing those stuff, not only meat, they were grabbing frozen foods, even ice cream. Well, there was a pile of ice cream too. It was a lot of stuff, and people were grabbing it. They didn't have any other choice than to call some people and throw sand on top of the food so they couldn't get poisoned or get sick. And it's not because they needed it. It's just that they wanted free food. It's not that they needed it because they were sending out food. They just wanted free food. They wanted meat. I mean, the only meat that we could have was on cans, and we were running out of it. You see, it's a lot of stuff that we went through that we don't want to go through it again. So every time we hear a hurricane is coming, we panic. We panic because we're still not ready. We're still not ready to. There's a lot of places that they don't have power yet. A coworker of mine 2 weeks ago just got the power back on. 2 weeks, 9 months later, she got the power back on, and I'm not even sure if she still has water. I don't know if she has water service. So, and it was 2 weeks ago, around 2 weeks ago, 9 months after Hurricane Maria. That is sad. And to hear that there's another hurricane coming, of course, everybody's going to be heartbroken, like hopeless, because that's what it felt like, hopeless. We're just sitting here waiting for another hurricane to hit and just get devastated again. It's hard. It was really hard. It was really hard. So, but thank God it was only showers, but there were strong showers, and we did get some floods. But everything is fine now, thank God. And it's just that we have extreme heat now. And that's even scary because when the waters are warm, that's where the hurricanes feed upon, I think. Sorry, my girlfriend is there. So, another thing is that I want to talk about Hurricane Maria. I wanted to do a video about my experience of Hurricane Maria with all the pictures that I shared through the other videos, the pictures, some videos, and, talk about it, my experience a little bit more in depth. I already mentioned that it felt like an adventure, something new, that it had meaning to live. But to be honest, it made us, because it was not only me, it made us humble. It made us appreciate what we already had that we didn't appreciate before, like power, running water, canned food, meat, frozen meat, frozen foods. We took that for granted. And after Hurricane Maria passed, we just saw how big and important it was, all that for us. The video is running a little bit long, sorry. So I went to one of the churches in town. I'm gonna write it in the description below. I'm not sure if I'm gonna write it on the screen because I'm really not in the mood to do this. It's just that I'm still a little bit bummed out about the funeral. I'm still kind of like relief about the rains and the floods. And it's a lot of stuff plus work. I know that it sounds like excuses, and sometimes I do think that it's excuses. So my apologies. I'm gonna write it down in the description below for sure. But it's called Concatedral, Dulce, Nombre de Jesús. For you who know Spanish, this is going to be a walk in the park. It's Concatedral, Dulce, Nombre de Jesús, Apartado, I'm going to say it in English, Apartado 9087, Humacao, Puerto Rico, 00792. All right, so I went to one of the churches in town. I asked if they accepted any donations, and they said yes. And the guy who was talking to me gave me that address. It's gonna be written in the screen maybe, and in the description below, if you want to send any supplies. Funny thing is that I was thinking to tell you guys to not send anything because we are doing fine. We're doing perfect. But when I saw the houses still with tarps, it kind of changed my perspective. So that is, if you want to send anything, you can send it there. They accept donations for the damage of the people who are damaged from Hurricane Maria, if you like. But take in consideration that if you're going to send that, please check in your hometown if there's a place that accepts donations for anything, people who are homeless or stuff. I know that it is important to us, the help, but think about where you live. I just wanted you to think about that before sending anything. If you're going to send anything to that, to this place, check your local town. It's just that I cannot be in some way selfish and say like send us stuff because we need, when for example I don't need, and I haven't heard of anybody who needs. Yeah, we do have some homeless people here, but there's homeless people around the world. So that's why I say check your hometown first, and if you wish, send us something, for the people in need in Puerto Rico. At least in this church. I haven't checked out the churches. Sorry. But anyways, this is it. I'm sorry that the video just got way too long. I apologize for that. So this was the update on the recovery of Hurricane Maria and the YouTube channel update. I'm not sure if I covered everything because I didn't write anything. And I hope that you like my new looks. I better stop being stupid. I know that it's impossible, but one can dream. Yeah. So look for me on Google+, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Patreon. I'm not using it, but I'm starting to have some ideas to what to do with Patreon. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel, all under the same name, JDGamingPR. Share, like, and comment if you like. And as always, thank you so much for watching. This was JD from JDGamingPR. Trying to live every day, one day at a time. And, I don't know, trying to survive. And I hope that you guys have a good one. All right, bye-bye now. And I apologize for being so down to you guys and not being so inspired and stuff. But, there's been a couple of stuff going on. Bye-bye now.